Alright, everybody, and welcome to a new LP. The beautiful Sierra logo. You're seeing it once again. So I spent a bit of time trying to decide what I wanted to play next. And I'm doing this for a few reasons. Number one, I wanted to show this game to a friend who's never played it. And, the Quest for Glory games went over pretty well. A lot of you guys seem to really enjoy those games and the story therein. So I thought we would do this game. This is King's Quest VI, Heir today, gone tomorrow. Little pun there with the heir, as it were. And you might be wondering to yourself the perfectly logical question, why are you starting with King's Quest VI? Why not start with King's Quest I and go all the way through the series? Well, most of the games in the King's Quest series are only somewhat related to one another. And, they are very varying in quality. I like all of them for their own little respective things, much like the Quest for Glory games. But they do kind of vary in quality, and King's Quest VI is, in my opinion, the best game in the series. Just a really well-made game here. You don't need to know a whole lot about what's gone on in the games to get the story in this one. The intro movie pretty much covers everything you need to know. In the previous game, the normal hero in the King's Quest series, King Graham, his castle was stolen by the evil wizard Mordak. Now, as it turns out, Mordak stole his castle because, in an earlier game, Prince Alexander, who was the hero of this game, had turned his brother into a cat in order to escape slavery. All that wizardry stuff. So he eventually found Mordak's castle, and in the castle there was a servant girl, whose name was Cosima. Apparently she was actually a princess from the land of the Green Isles. And then he, of course, defeated the wizard Mordak and was able to restore his family. After which, Prince Alexander immediately begins hitting on Cosima and promises, or threatens, depending on how you look at it, to visit her in her home in the land of the Green Isles. And that is where we begin this game. If you've seen my long play of King's Quest V, you already know all that, and if you didn't, that's fine. You don't need to know all that business. Anyways, let's go ahead and watch the intro movie here, and let's go ahead and get started.
Long ago, in the castle of a kingdom called Daventry.
Alexander, here you are. Oh, you're still not thinking about Cosima, are you?
I suppose I am.
Son, it's been months. You've got to pull yourself together. After all, you only met her that once.
I know.
Have you discovered anything about the land of the Green Isles?
No. No one's even heard of it. It's like she's just vanished.
I wish I could help. Please try to think about something else, dear.
I'll try, Mother.
Alexander, I feel so alone. I don't know what to do. Alexander, I wish you were here. Alexander, Alexander.
Cosima! Wait! Mother! Mother, come quick!
Alexander, what on earth? You're white as a ghost.
Mother, I saw Cosima. She was in the mirror.
In the mirror? The magic mirror?
Yes! And it showed me how to find her.
How?
The stars! I saw the stars outside her window. I can navigate by the stars.
Oh, Alexander, if you really go...
It will be all right, Mother. I promise.
Alexander sailed the known seas and beyond.
Land ho! Land ho! Land ho!
As the ship nears the shore, day turns to night and the sea turns violent. Alexander awakens to find himself on an unfamiliar beach. For a moment, he is too dazed to remember how he got here. Then, he does remember. The shipwreck, the sea. Just as he had seen his men safely into the lifeboats, a gigantic wave picked him up and tossed him overboard into the churning sea. That was the last he'd seen of his crew. Debris from the shipwreck is scattered along the shore, but of the lifeboats and his men, there is thankfully no trace. He can only hope and pray that the lifeboats survived the currents, and that his men made their way safely back to Daventry.
Yeah, and lifeboats. Okay. He's an optimist, we'll give him that. Then again, he's on this quest for this girl he barely met, so we know this guy's an optimist. I'm going to go ahead and adjust the volume and the speed a little bit, just to, get the game set up and everything. This is a really good game. This is has a good story to it, great voice acting. The narration is done by Bill Ratner, who is very famous for doing voiceover work. Our hero here is played by Robbie Benson, and there's a few other famous voice actors in this game as well, so we'll get to that. This game has your normal adventure game interface. If you guys are with me in Quest for Glory, you'll recognize most of the stuff here. Move, touch, look, talk. We have a little pouch here to hold our inventory.
Nothing.
But we don't have anything right now, which is unfortunate. One great thing about this game is pretty much everything has a description to it. Like you can look at this boat over here.
The remains of Alexander's sailing ship lie dashed upon the distant shore.
In the distance we can see some mountains.
Alexander is standing on a beach littered with debris from his shipwreck.
Thanks for making me look like an
path
asshole.
leads
Dave.
north into the lush green island. An occasional breeze rustles the nearby foliage.
Anyway, there's this thing glinting on the ground. It's pretty obvious.
Alexander's royal insignia ring lies abandoned on the sand. It must have slipped from his finger during the shipwreck. Fortunately, it was not lost in the sea.
I see. Well, adventure games, you gotta pick up every single thing you find. And we want this.
Alexander picks up his royal insignia ring from the beach.
Alright, we got ourselves an item here. Okay, well, we got this log over here. We got this rock. Let's see if we can examine this yonder log over here.
A long plank lies on the beach. No doubt it once belonged to Alexander's ship.
Can we do anything with it?
Alexander pushes the plank to one side. A box has been partially buried under sand.
I see. Well, we have to examine this box here. Oh, something that glints. We have to examine it.
There's a copper coin in the treasure box. The coin bears the seal of Devontree and King Graham's noble face.
Ah, good old King Graham. Let's take it.
Alexander takes the coin and leaves the ruined box where it is.
All right, well, that's a start. At least we're not completely broke. We have a gold ring and a gold coin. It's something, people. Come on, give a man a little bit of hope, okay? He just got shipwrecked on this strange island. We don't even know where we're at. Well, hopefully we got to the right place. Let's go have a look around the island over here. Well, we got a big tree. We got this little village over here. And a castle. All kinds of places to explore around yonder place here.
To the left, a small village seems to invite the weary traveler.
And over here we have a castle, of course.
In the distance, a majestic castle shines in the sun.
Well, I don't want to just run up to the castle. Who knows what's over there, but maybe we can talk to some of the locals and at least find out where we're at and what's going on here. Maybe find a way back home or something, I don't know. Go to Google Maps or something. Well, this is a nice looking place, yeah?
Alexander is standing on a sunny village street. There are open shops to his right, a hard-packed path beneath his feet, and palm trees waving over his head. To the north, a key-shaped arch leads to another part of the village.
So what do we have here? We have a pawn shoppy, and we have what looks like Ali's Books.
The sign above the door says Ali's Books.
Indeed. And there's what...
Old lamps for new.
I was just getting to that, sir.
Old lamps for new.
Alright, so we have like a salesman, a merchant over here. So let's go talk to this guy.
Good day, peddler.
Good day, sir. If you would like to get one of my fine new lamps, I'll need an old lamp in trade.
What?
Isn't it a rather bad business? Taking old lamps and giving new lamps in exchange?
Well, there's always a chance that I'll find a genie. If I had a genie, I'd be richer than a king. Besides, there's always a roaring business in antique luminaries.
If you say so, peddler. Well, that's an interesting business you got there. We don't have a lamp, though. We don't have much of anything. Let's head into yonder pawn shop here. Maybe we can talk to the guy who runs this place.
Good day.
Good day, sir. How are you doing today? I seem to be a bit lost.
Good day, merchant. Can you tell me what land this is?
By the moon's light, what a question. You must have been out too long in the sun, or perhaps knocked your head upon a rock.
Yeah, perhaps.
No. Well, perhaps. I was in a shipwreck, you see. My crew and I were trying to reach the land of the Green Isles. I think, well, at least I hope, my men got away safely in the lifeboats. But I myself appear to be rather stuck here.
Ah, I see. You must pardon my incredulity, but it has been so long since we have had a foreign visitor. You wrecked your ship, young traveler, due to the currents and reefs around the islands. If your crew was wise enough to steer clear of the isles and head home, they should be fine. In any case, you have met your objective, however bumpy the journey.
I
You
see.
mean this is the land of the Green Isles? Oh, thank the heavens! I had followed the stars, you see, and I thought I was close, but...
The stars? You must be quite a sailor. But what is the purpose of your visit?
I come for... Well, I mean, I hope to see... I met some time ago.
Say no more. You are smitten with a maiden, are you not? What other than love could so confuse a man's tongue?
I'm afraid so. It is Princess Cassima.
By the desert sands, when you fall in love, you do not mess around, do you?
No.
Is she here?
This is the Isle of the Crown, young man. The castle of the Crown stands on the hill. If it is Cassima you seek, that is where to look.
The Castle of the Crown. Thank you, merchant.
And good luck to you, lad. You shall need it.
Indeed, indeed. Alexander does not play around. We're going right for the princess, but we are a prince, so at least we kind of got some hope here. So let's look around this guy's shop here.
The pawn shop is a dimly lit place with a slightly musty smell. Curiosities litter every corner and every shelf. For sale are articles that range from the bizarre to the commonplace, from the priceless to the practical.
I see. So like I was saying earlier, pretty much everything in this game has a description to it. Like this horn has a description.
A horn, probably used for drink or powder, hangs from the ceiling.
I'll spare you some of it. I'm not going to click on every single thing in the game. But anyway, so what's this jar here?
An elegant little glass dish decorates the countertop. The dish is full of green mints offered for the enjoyment of the customer.
Well, I've been traveling for an awful long time. I wouldn't mind some mint.
Alexander takes a mint.
All right. Well, what have you got for sale here, my good sir?
Alexander takes a closer look at the items on the counter.
Let's see. What do we have here? What is this? This looks... I don't know what that looks like.
I see you have noticed my mechanical nightingale. She is made of plain tin, but she sings the sweetest song you can imagine, barely distinguishable from the real thing.
I see. That seems useless. We have a flute here.
The flute is only made of plain wood, but its notes are fine and true.
You know, I think when I was a kid, I had a recorder, which I know is not the same thing as a flute. But we had this, it seemed like it was made of fucking PVC. We had it in music class. And I learned to play a couple songs on it. I have no idea where that thing is. Apparently that's like a normal thing, though, for kids to have a recorder. Maybe not anymore. There's not really music classes in school. Anywho, let's move on. This is a paintbrush. The kind of thing that Bob Ross paints a picture with.
Ah, yes, the painter's brush. It was well used by one of the island's best painters. There's a lot of creativity in that brush, and its bristles are still in good condition.
I love Bob Ross. I don't know if he actually has a YouTube channel now. It used to, for a long time, it was hard to find any of his videos. He actually has a YouTube channel now, and every day they post a new episode. And that guy, he paints with the same brush you'd paint your fucking wall with, but you can make some pretty cool stuff. And what's this little thing over here?
Have you an interest in tinder boxes?
Not especially.
This one is only slightly battered. It holds a good supply of flint, a sturdy striking pad, and even a candle in case you find yourself with naught else to hold the flame.
You're a good salesman, man, but I don't think I need any of that stuff right now. Not insulting your wares. You're a good man, Mr. Shopkeeper. Well, good day. We will speak to you later, I assume. Alright, well, we did indeed make it to the Island of the Crown in the Land of the Green Isles. So, I guess Cassima must live in this very castle. Maybe we can go get an audience. We are a prince, after all. It's not every day she gets to speak to a prince. Well, maybe she does. But anyway, let's not downplay ourselves just yet. Let's, ooh, this looks nice. What do we got over here?
The castle appears to be of Moorish architecture. Its marbled walls and delicate inlaid mosaics are unlike anything Alexander has ever experienced before. His own home, though lovely and dear to his heart, seems rough-hewn compared to this delicate beauty.
Okay, well, we have some guards here that look a little strange.
2 guards take their stance in front of the castle doors. They look quite fierce and have the stiff, blank expression of soldiers on formal duty.
Alright, well, let's go say hello to them. Let's be friendly. Hello!
Excuse me, guardsmen. Guard dogs. I've been traveling for months to see Princess Cassima. I would like an audience, please.
I'm sorry, but the princess is not receiving visitors, particularly not strangers.
But I'm not a stranger.
I really must see the princess. Could I speak with someone in charge?
Who are you that I should bother Captain Saladin?
I'm a goddamn prince.
My name is Alexander. I am a prince of Daventry and a friend of the princess.
A prince, is it? I see. Yeah, and I am lord of this dusty pair.
Now you're just mocking
Step
me.
aside. You'll not be getting into this castle without some proof of your claims.
Well, I do have this ring. It is an insignia ring from the royal family of Daventry. I don't mean to be pompous here, okay, but I'm kind of a big deal.
Alexander decides to try his royal insignia ring on the guards. With all of his papers lost in the shipwreck, it is the only possible proof of his identity that he can think of.
Perhaps this ring will convince you of my identity. It is the royal insignia ring of Daventry.
Ha! I'm sure. Just let me take a look at that ring. Well, I'm sorry, Your Highness. It's just that princes are so uncommon in these parts. Let me get Captain Saladin.
Not every day you see a prince. Alright, so he's gonna go get the guard captain. We'll explain everything. We'll go see Princess Cassima, and everything should be hunky-dory, I would imagine.
The guard returns a moment later with a majestic-looking creature. Captain Saladin speaks with a voice that is gentle, but reflects a will of iron.
Prince Alexander of Daventry, I presume. I'm afraid I'm unfamiliar with your country, but I'm sure Vizier Alhazred will want to meet you, if indeed you are a friend of the princess. Please, follow me.
Alright, well, I mean, can't we just speak to the princess herself? I mean, if it's not too much to ask, of course, but, alright, well, I guess we'll just go with him.
Lord Alhazred, a visitor to see you. Prince Alexander of Daventry.
What is it that you seek, Prince Alexander?
Pardon the intrusion, my lord, but I came to see Princess Cassima. Some months ago, my father, King Graham, saved my family and I from imprisonment under an evil wizard named Mordak.
The same wizard that kidnapped the princess?
Indeed.
Exactly. When my father rescued us, he also liberated Cassima and sent her home.
Then your father has my gratitude, and that of the entire kingdom. But I'm afraid I still fail to see the purpose of your visit.
Well, I came to make sure that Cassima arrived safely and to pay my respects. Before we parted, she gave me an invitation to visit.
I have no doubt she did exactly that at the time, Prince Alexander. However, things have greatly changed for Cassima since her ordeal in Mordak's castle. Cassima's parents both became ill and died while she was gone.
Aww.
Cassima is sequestered in mourning for them as befits a princess. She is not receiving visitors of any kind.
I see.
Even if she were, I do not think your visit would be appropriate. You see, it is time for Cassima to take her responsibilities seriously. With her parents gone, she no longer has the luxury to be a carefree maiden. As was her parents' wish, Cassima and I are to be wed. We shall rule the kingdom together. I assure you, our marriage is all Cassima wants now. As a prince and a gentleman, it would be best that you leave before there is any further embarrassment.
I see. I suppose that I was mistaken. I thought for certain that Cassima... Well, I apologize.
A young man sees what he wishes to see. I'm sorry you've wasted your time traveling to the land of the Green Isles. May your journey home be swift.
Well, my boat's kind of fucked up.
Perhaps I will take the opportunity to look around your fair land while I'm here.
I would advise against that. The kingdom is rather, shall we say, inhospitable these days. But it is your neck. You may risk it if you please. Captain Saladin will escort you from the castle. Good day.
I don't know. I don't like this. Something seems a little off here.
You have had your hearing with Vizier Alhazred. I trust you will respect his wishes and not return. I have been instructed not to let you into the castle again. Good day, my lord.
Captain Saladin whispers something to the guard dogs at the castle gate, and they nod with understanding. Alexander has a feeling they won't be letting him into the castle again.
Yeah, something seems quite off about this, I have to say. We didn't get to see her herself. The guy's name is Alhazred, which is a reference to something if you don't get it. I don't know. Did you guys notice that guy in the middle? He had glimmering eyes. That's weird. Odd. Well, we don't really have a way to get back home, even if we wanted to go, so I guess we have no choice but to explore around and see what we can find out. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and call this a video here. I'm gonna try the whole thing of doing shorter videos. I don't know if you guys will like it or not. We'll see. Everything on my channel so far for the last, I don't know, I've been doing this for over 5 years now, which is kind of weird to think about. Everything I do has been some kind of experiment or another. Anyway, guys, I hope you'll enjoy this adventure. Hope you'll stick around to see the story and experience it with me. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Take care of yourselves, guys.